give Michigan State, Coach D'Antonio, and their players credit. They're the number 5 team in the country for a reason. Played very, very well tonight. Got to give them credit. Starts with that. For us, we didn't play good enough, obviously, to win. Defensively, not having Sickles and Nassib, I think affected us. That's a big, physical, strong offensive line in front, they were able to run the ball consistently against us today. Offensively, we were able to move the ball, but we made critical errors. You can't turn the ball over, make critical errors on the road against a top team like that. The turnovers hurt us. Turnovers early, turnovers late. Although we were able to move the ball, those things are going to make it very, very difficult for you to be successful. So, good football team. Give those guys credit. It's hard to take a whole lot of positives out of that. So, open up the questions.
James, even without Sickles and Nassib, were you surprised that you weren't able to get to Cook at all?
Well, obviously he was comfortable in the pocket. We knew their offensive line and their defensive line was the strength of their team. We've been able to get pressure pretty much on everybody all year long. But when you take your 2 starting defensive ends, off of your unit, that's going to have an effect. Now we move Zettel out to defensive end. Hadn't played that all year long. You'd love for someone obviously to step up in that role, but you lose 2 out of your 4 starters. It had an effect. It had a big effect on us tonight, obviously.
James, I think everyone understands what you're up against and what you came into when you got this job. But you're up against a division now with 3 really, really good programs with great coaches, and it might look to the fans like, man, are we ever going to beat any of these 3 teams? So that's actually, especially after the magnitude of the defeats, how do you answer that to those people?
Yeah, I answer that we're gonna keep working. We're gonna keep a great attitude. We're gonna keep developing our players. We're gonna keep recruiting. We're gonna keep killing it academically. We're gonna keep killing it in the community. Next year, starting with the bowl game, we're gonna have an opportunity to get some things cleaned up, get healthy, get our full roster back with some time off, and then build on it in the future. So next year will be our first opportunity to be back at full scholarships. We obviously have a lot of work to do, all of us, but good things are coming. I feel very, very confident in that. We've showed it at flashes, but whenever you play the upper tier teams in this league and in the country, we haven't been able to get it done at that level yet. So we improved on our conference record from last year, but the upper tier teams in this conference, we got to close the gap on them. There's no doubt about it.